This soccer player had a €100 million price tag and was one of the most famous athletes on the planet. He was a global icon, a world champion, everything. But then, in just a few months, he found himself with no job, no sponsors, and a 4-year ban from the sport he dominated. I'm not kidding, this is a real story. He didn't just fade away, he was banned, broke, and buried by scandals. This is the insane story of how Paul Pogba lost it all. And you will not believe how he's trying to get it back. The making of a superstar. From the very beginning, Pogba was an absolute legend. He was so good, Manchester United signed him as a kid, but they made a huge mistake. They barely played him. So what did he do? He packed his bags, walked away to Juventus for free, and made it his personal playground. There, he exploded into one of the best midfielders in the entire world. We're talking pure power, creativity, and skill. He won 4 championships in a row, got to a Champions League final, and was literally named the best young player in the world. And get this, the team that let him go for free, Manchester United, they paid over €100 million to get him back. That is an insane amount of money for one player. The pressure was crazy, but everyone thought he was about to conquer the world. The glittering high. Now fast forward to the biggest moment of his life, the 2018 World Cup final. With hundreds of millions of people watching, Pogba scores the goal that seals the win. He is a world champion. At just 25 years old, he had basically completed football. And after that, the money came pouring in. Adidas, Pepsi, EA Sports, everyone wanted him. We're talking millions and millions of dollars in sponsorships. His Instagram videos were getting 10 million views before he even left the stadium. He wasn't just a player, he was a global brand. He was on top of the world. It seemed like he could literally never fail. The first cracks. But as soon as he got back to his club, the dream turned into a nightmare. His own manager started hating him. He publicly called Pogba a virus in front of the entire world. Then came the injuries. One after another, he just couldn't stay healthy. Fans who used to chant his name started booing him off the field. Can you imagine that? The same guy who dominated the World Cup now looked totally lost. He was still making millions of dollars from his brand, but you could see it on his face. The joy was completely gone. The nightmare in Turin. So in 2022, he went back to his old club Juventus to try and save his career. But what happened next is actually unbelievable. First, he gets a massive injury and is out for months. And literally, as soon as he gets back, the worst thing possible happens. He fails a drug test. Boom. Just like that, the league banned him for 4 years. At 30 years old, his career was basically over. The fallout was instant. Adidas, gone. Pepsi, gone. His team, Juventus, they tore up his contract. He went from being a multi-millionaire superstar to having no income overnight. It got so bad, he reportedly locked himself in a dark room for 3 days and wouldn't talk to anyone. For the next 1,460 days, he was banned from the only thing he'd ever done his entire life. Extortion, headlines, heartache. You think it can't get any worse? It gets so much worse. While he was banned, his own brother and some other men were arrested for trying to blackmail him for millions of dollars. I'm not even joking, his own brother. Suddenly, his private life was all over the news. It was an absolute media circus. The emotional damage was insane. He had to hire bodyguards for his own kids and kept moving hotels just to feel safe. He posted one cryptic message online and then completely disappeared from social media for 5 months. The most exciting player in the world had become a ghost. The reduction, the return. But then, a miracle happened. After 8 agonizing months, his lawyers did the impossible. They got his 4-year ban reduced to 18 months. He had a chance, but there was a huge problem. He hadn't played a real game in 2 years, and no one wanted to sign him. So what did he do? He trained alone. 6 a.m. sprints, endless drills, all for a contract that didn't even exist. This was pure love for the game. And then he got a call. The team Monaco offered him a deal. But get this, instead of hundreds of millions, his new salary was slashed to under €3 million, and he only gets big bonuses if he actually plays and performs well. When they asked him why he took the deal, he just said, "They gave me a number, a locker, and a chance." Right now, after everything, that's everything. The unwritten final chapter. So, here we are today. Pogba is training every single day, trying to make one of the biggest comebacks in sports history. Critics say he's finished, that he's too old and has been gone for too long. But he's visibly leaner, reportedly at his lowest weight since his prime in 2015. For the first time in years, the focus isn't on his brand, it's on the game. He even said, "I don't need to be the superstar. I just want to be Paul." His insane journey proves that talent can get you to the top, but it takes unbelievable character to stay there. The final chapter of his story is being written right now, and it could be the greatest comeback ever or just a quiet end. So I'm asking you, can Paul Pogba actually pull this off, or is it just too late? Let me know what you think in the comments right now. If you believe in comeback stories, smash that like button and subscribe right now for more insane stories like this one. Paul Pogba's journey is one of the craziest stories in sports. He reached the absolute top, a World Cup trophy, a world record contract, everything, and then lost it all in the blink of an eye through injuries, scandals, and a massive ban. Yet even after all that, he's still out there, lacing up his boots just for a chance to play again. It just goes to show you, if you truly love something, you never ever give up, even when the entire world has forgotten your name. Paul Pogba, a name that evokes a symphony of genius and chaos. From the dusty fields of Roissy-en-Brie, he rose with a swagger and a supernova of skill, dazzling the world at a young age. At Juventus, he was king, orchestrating a midfield dynasty with flicks, dabs, and thunderous long shots. He was the future, the heir apparent to global football royalty, culminating in a euphoric moment, raising the World Cup trophy with France in 2018. This was the pinnacle of the promise, the moment the world agreed he was worth every bit of the hype. But the script of a legend is rarely a straight line. It's a brutal, emotional roller coaster. The prodigal son returned to Manchester United for a record fee, yet this homecoming became the stage for his greatest paradox. Fans yearned for the consistent brilliance of Turin, but instead witnessed flashes of fire followed by long stretches of shadow. He felt the weight of the price tag, the crushing pressure of the theater of dreams, transforming his career into a constant debate, genius or distraction. His struggle wasn't just on the pitch, it was a battle against expectations, against a narrative he couldn't control. He was an artist seeking freedom in a system built on rigid structure, leading to a constant, agonizing loop of hope and disappointment. Now, Paul Pogba faces the biggest test of his career, one that eclipses any Champions League final or international tournament. It's a fight for his legacy, a fight for his truth, and a fight to silence the critics who say the flash was always more important than the substance. His story is a human drama about talent, fame, and the relentless pressure to be a phenomenon. From World Cup glory to the shadows of the biggest controversy yet, can the man known as La Pioche finally dig himself out and reclaim the undisputed throne of football royalty? Watch now to see the full, uncensored story of how the
World Cup final.
Griezmann, Pogba! Pogba!